Hello, true art believers, and welcome to today's live art stream. This is Pierson here. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world, and today we got clouds. Or not so good clouds. They're kind of sucky, actually. They're sucky clouds. They're really bad. They're awful clouds. They're the worst clouds ever. Anyways, it's day 209 of 300 days of drawing, and, got some clouds to go up for you. So let's begin today's moderately sucky clouds, shall we? All right. All right, everyone. How are you doing today? We got some clouds here. Whoa, look at that. We got some nice clouds going on here. So we're going to be doing some, we're just going to be doing some clouds here. Dry media. Play around with dry media today. What's this? Zoom in and see what this does. Drawing box. And what's this one do? I'll use the pencil. All right. I have the most experience with the pencil, so we're going to do that. And let's begin today's clouds, buddy. Here we go. So we're going to start out by doing our a simple cloud. Just another simple cloud here. Let me turn on the music. There we go. Turn that music down a little bit, Just have the music just slightly in the background here. There we go. And we're going to just do a simple little shape and maybe do another one right here, kind of like this. And then maybe do another shape that looks like this. And then maybe have a shape like that, right? And then we're just going to go ahead and do an overlapping shape. We're going to basically do a bunch of little curly arcing motions, large one like this, maybe a small one like this, a large one, two small ones, a large and a large. We're just doing like cartoony clouds today. I'm going to start out basic, and then we're going to probably slowly build up to something else. We'll see what happens. I never know with this. So less sucky clouds. They're getting a little bit, at the very least, a little bit more. Okay, they're still sucky. They feel like Mario Brothers clouds, right? That's what they feel like. So here we go. I'm going to do another one. We're just going to do the outlines first, then we'll probably add some details or subtle details. I got to get a little loose. Oops, too loose. Okay, here we go. So what you see me doing now is something I was fiddling around with earlier. And that was just take that music off, get the music off. It's annoying. I'm trying to do music, have music in the background, not in the live. I can't do that right now, but I'm trying to have music playing in the background for me while I kind of doodle, do some little doodles here. Right now, I feel like I'm doing like puffs of like smoke. When I'm doing my drawings, my like cloud practice in my sketchbook, they're actually much better. They feel like they feel more. What do they feel like? They feel more organic. Right now these feel like I'm just doing like these simple little cartoony like clouds. And I don't like that. So right now we're just gonna add these some sort of like layering to make it a little bit more dynamic, I guess. And then see what happens. Now we're going to take that out and we're going to add just like a little cast shadows. We're going to play around here. Less, just having fun here, kind of shading them, just having fun. As otherwise, if you're not having fun when you do these, you'll get upset. So I'm just practicing like being I'm just practicing how to do clouds in a basic of form right now, and hopefully I'll get more complex as I go on. Uh, as you can see though, they're still like, they're actually, I'm not, I don't have any disillusion. Like these are very, very simplistic clouds. But you got to start somewhere, and you just got to start somewhere and just kind of hopefully build up from there. So that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to build up, and I need to maybe be a little looser. Here we go. All right. Add a little bit of shadow. So this is a like a cast shadow of sorts, like behind. So this shadow, this cloud right here is creating like a little cast shadow. Right, a little cast shadow. Like that. This is a little simple little cast shadow. Like this. And I'm trying to basically scale up my brush and just play around. So we're just having fun here. We're just making shapes. We're just making shapes, and we're seeing what happens. Maybe if I zoom out a little bit and then see what happens. We're going to do some really bad clouds. Maybe do a little bit more organic ones. And then on top of that is something like this kind of. What if we try a little bit different each time? Each one of these clouds is going to be different, Just playing around and seeing what happens when I do different iterations. I'm a little worried though, because I hope that by the time I hit day 50, I hope I'll be better than I am where I am right now, because they're just, it's just, I'm just kind of stuck. I really am kind of stuck. I guess maybe I need to start using like looking at clouds, or maybe, I don't know. It might be the medium, because I find when I'm doing like pen and ink drawings, or in like clouds in my sketchbook, I find that I can come up with like my shape, my shapes and forms are are better. They're more fluid. They're 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 more organic. They feel they feel just it's just I'm able to manipulate the medium better, or I can see it better, not only in person but just in general. I can see what I'm doing. So I need to make my canvas larger, because I'm just going to keep making the canvas larger and larger. That's what I'm doing. Let's just make the canvas larger. I don't want to do like a day of crappy, sorry, of terrible drawings and have that as a file. I'll rather have I'll have 10 I'll have I'd rather have 10 terrible drawings. Um, oh, that's so. This is going to be a large document. I made it 44 inches. It's going to be a large document. Maybe I can only do 5 days at a time. Maybe I'm only going to do 5 days at a time, not three. Or I was thinking about doing 10 days, but if I do keep going the way I'm going, I'm going to have so many clouds, or have these large documents. So we're going to do like use this area to do like a small little study. Maybe do a small study here, do a small study here, kind of do a small study here, then maybe do like a small study. Nope. Yes, do a small study here. And then with these, we're just going to add, we're just doing these shapes, and we're going to kind of, we're making these, just like these forms that could be like, they could be a cloud or they could not be. Who knows? All right. Although I do feel like I'm making, they feel like they're more like I'm doing glops, little glops of curvilinear lines. They don't feel like I'm doing clouds. They feel like clouds that you'd see in a cartoon. Um, and that's unfortunate because I'm not trying to do that. I'm this like mode where I'm going to make them kind of look like uh, cartoon clouds, not by choice really. It's just how the how I'm kind of moving the forms. All right, just kind of doing more clouds, of course. And around 15 minutes or so, that's when I'll probably do like a color study of sorts. Just kind of playing around. But first, let's do something. I want to try this. I want to try this idea here. Let's see if I can do a, all right, so I'm going to imagine that I'm looking up and I have a cloud that's like kind of like this. All right. So this is something I saw an idea. I saw this video kind of showing how to start thinking about clouds a little bit, right? And how you can think of them as like these three-dimensional shapes. This kind of looks like whipped topping to me, more so than anything else. So that kind of looks like a cloud looking from above, but it looks like more like a if you're if you're if you were watching clouds ups and that was like if you were like laying in a field and you're looking up and you saw like you were just kind of picturing what these clouds what these shapes were, right? Like, oh, this cloud looks like whipped cream, where you're just kind of making up what they could be if they were forms. All right. So that's enough of that. And let's do another one of these. And we're going to do a different brush. We're going to use, let's use this guy here. I'm going to do a little cloud right here. Just a little like 15-minute study, cloud study using color. Just gonna do that, right? It's gonna play around. Little cloud study using color. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to get multiple like studies in a short amount of time because I feel if I do one cloud a day, I'm going to be really stagnant and not get those reps that I need. And so this is going to kind of help me get some of those reps in that I'm looking for. There we go. Do something like that. And then right here is where we're going to do our little cloud. We're just going to do a like a a hard round pressure sensitive brush. Hard round pressure size. What's that do? No. As soon as I can pressure opacity. So this is what we're doing. We're doing a a hard round pressure with with like it gets the more pressure you apply to it, the more detail it has. So we're just going to play around here, going to move things around just to do like these little mountainous clouds maybe. And I'm not using, again, as I said, I don't know what I'm doing. So that's why I'm doing these specific exercises to improve what I'm doing. Press B. B. There we go. Wrong B. So I'm just taking that eraser and kind of shimmying off some areas that I feel are kind of extraneous, Add some blue here. Maybe add like some bright whites here. Just playing around today. That's all I'm doing. And hopefully by doing these, I get some of the reps that I need. And eventually I'll jump into doing maybe using references. I think references are going to be my next thing to do, but right now I just want to get used to kind of the idea of clouds and just really nail in the point, the idea, and not worry about this expectation of what is a good cloud, right? So we're trying to just kind of get like just improve at drawing clouds. You know, small little habit, like small baby steps. Because I know this is very new to me, and I want to have fun with it. I don't want it to be this thing that is going to like agitate me. And so that's why I've been just kind of doing these clouds in this like in this type of manner where it's just kind of really casual. Yeah, so this is actually turning out, this one's actually not bad using just a opaque brush. Like I think this is better than the ones I spent 30 minutes on. Um, but yeah, so at the very least I've gotten faster. Like so this is how many I did versus this. Actually there's about equal, you know. So I guess what if I do something like this just for fun? Let's just let's give it some contour lines using a this for fun. Kind of little. No, I don't want to do that. I changed my mind. But we will do something like this. Maybe use like no. If I do like blue lines, give it like hatching. Never mind. We won't do that. We'll delete that layer. I had this idea that I could give it some contour lines, and you know what? I just didn't like it, and so I decided to I changed my mind. You know, I changed my mind a little bit, and so there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with changing your mind. So I'm just kind of messing around with purples and such, because I noticed that when I was looking at some clouds, I've been observing clouds. Don't get me wrong. I have been looking at clouds. I've been checking them out, giving them a little look see, and then playing around and thinking about clouds, thinking about how I can render them, and basically kind of I want clouds. Clouds is my monster I have to tackle now. After realizing that I'm just awful at them, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna become an expert at you, or at least go from bad to like I know what I'm doing ish. I kind of know what I'm doing. I kind of know what I'm doing. I want to go from not knowing what I'm doing to like eh, kind of, you know. That's what I want to go to. So when I get to at a point where I understand how to do these clouds better and like I can play with them and manipulate them to a degree that I think that I can talk about them more thoroughly. I'll talk about them. I'll start talking about in that manner. But right now I'm just a person who doesn't know what he's doing and just kind of playing around and watching as many videos and in as many interpretations of how people draw clouds as I can. You know, I'm not trying to necessarily copy people, although I am trying to extrapolate some things and see if I can test out their techniques a little bit. Like this is kind of something I saw someone else do, and I was like, well, even though this is not that good, um, it's still better than before. They used to be really bad. So they used to be really bad. So I'm just taking new things. Let's see what burn does. I don't like burn. So I was testing out color burn, and I wanted to do color dodge because I watched a video where they did that exact technique, and I thought maybe I could do that on mine, and it turns out not so much. Now I think I'm done with this cloud. I don't think it's going any further. So we're gonna go back and um, we're just gonna go back and play around with some clouds here in the bottom for the next 4 minutes. We're just do some like drawings of clouds as opposed to what you saw earlier. So that's what we're gonna do. Just do drawings of clouds and call it a day because I've already done one color one, and I think I got a little bit better from the previous one. The only reason why this looks a little bit better is because the texture, but I think this one has more volume. I think. I don't know. Rough. Yikes. That was rough. Yikes. All right, so now we're just going to do like, we're just going to kind of play around here and see what happens. Maybe do another shape. Do this one right here and kind of. So there's this notion that clouds have a specific shape, even though that is true, right? But essentially, clouds are like, kind of shapeless, right? They don't have they have like a form, but they're the shape that they can make is limitless. They could be anything essentially, and it's that limitless, like weird amorphous globular lobular frame. Is it lobular? Is that a word? Shape is just always kind of it's kind of like it's throwing me for a loop, right? So this one's actually kind of nice. All right, it's been throwing me for like a loop here, and it's been causing me to have some confusion. But actually, this batch is a little bit better than before. You know, either in approach or just in general, it's just a little bit better, and that's what I'm looking for is something just to be a marginally better than the previous day, and that's what I'm looking for. So these are going to be less sucky than the previous day, and I am happy for that. So eventually the title's gonna be like, these clouds don't suck anymore. They're less sucky. They're better clouds than the previous ones. And they're gonna get better and better with the more information, the more people that I watch make clouds, and the more I extrapolate what they're saying, and the more I try to implement, and the more I study, the better I'm gonna get. That's just what's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. And the only thing that's stopping me is the only well, there's nothing really stopping me, but the only question is how fast am I going to improve? Or if actually, I say that now, but then like all of a sudden, I say I'm going to get better, and then all of a sudden, like 50 days from now, I'm still doing clouds, and they still suck. I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't really gotten better at all at these clouds. Why have I been talking about that I'm going to get better, and all of a sudden I don't? That would be it. That would be funny. All right. So it's been 30 minutes. I'm about done. I'm just playing around here. I don't like this area. That's a 2 out of 10 because it was supposed to be darker, but I didn't. I managed to mess it up, so that's not good. We don't want that. And each day when I do one of these color paintings right here, I'm probably going to try a different like brush, like a different brush. I might continue using the pencil drawings for sketches and just for whatever. I might also switch it up every once in a while. Um, but I think I want to use this 100 days of drawing to kind of just play around with some of the brushes, do some of the brushes that I normally wouldn't touch, and see where it takes me, you know, and have fun and not um, hold these clouds in a high regard, not put them on a pedestal, because that's what I was doing at the very beginning. I was putting these clouds on a pedestal, and I also thought that I thought that I understood clouds, and as it turns out, I really don't understand them. And for me, in order to be exceptional at something, I really have to know I have to know the ins and outs of those clouds. I have to know like them from front to back, back to front. And so that's what I have to do. I have to know them from front to back, back to front before I can before I can like really break it down to the audience or break it down to anyone that's watching. So this is it. It's 32 minutes. I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to this. Let's use brown pressure with size. There we go. We're going to move right here. And we're going to do like a pink. I'm going to do a small little signature right here. Go P. Do like a pink 21. And what day is it? 209. 209 out of 300. And so we got day 209 out of 300. So that's what I want to do is make it bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to be like a giant little like sketch page. That's what I thought it'd be. That's what I thought I should do is make a giant little sketch page. And then at the end of the day, maybe what I'll do is I only do like 10 days at a time. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if the file gets too big. If it gets too big, that actually starts like lagging, then I'll be like, yeah, we got to stop it. We got to stop it. Anyways, I hope you enjoy today's less sucky clouds. They're getting better. Fingers crossed for tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream. This is Pierson here. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Pierson out. Thank you.